Hi, my name is Robin Roseville Blackwood, and when I was 13, I made a voiceover fanfiction series called The Unsolvable Puzzle. I still can barely say the name. Unsolvable Puzzle. Essentially, The Unsolvable Puzzle was a fanfiction voiceover series combining Doctor Who, Sherlock, and Torchwood with a couple of my own original characters as well, portrayed by Selena Gomez, Miley Cyrus, and Emily Osment. It's about the quality that you would expect from a 13-year-old with that description of a series. But honestly, in comparison to some series I've seen made by 13-year-olds, it's not that bad. It could have been much worse. I have considered deleting the Unsolvable Puzzle from my channel because my content is so different now. I'm 20 years old now, so it's not really relevant anymore, I guess. But I want you guys to be able to see my progress and development as a creator all the way back to good old 2012 to whenever I become a mildly or greatly successful screenwriter for television shows and movies professionally someday in the future. Looking back on it now, I'm kind of embarrassed, kind of proud of my work with the Unsolvable Puzzle. Let me explain. It is a voiceover fan fiction. And the Torchwood plot that I had didn't make a ton of sense. Some of the plot was really weird and didn't make a lot of sense in general. But considering again my age, I think that it was pretty impressive given the time and who I was. I'm especially proud of the promos, the advertisements for the Unsolvable Puzzle. I mean, some of them were pretty shit, but overall, I enjoy watching them now. I think they're pretty artistic and pretty cool. And now, I'm making professional advertisements for the Washington Hospitality Association as a video production intern. If you don't know about that, there's a video all about me making an advertisement for the association. You should go check that out with the little card up there. Flying away! So given that this is the field that I am professionally pursuing with media production, I'm really glad that I spent my youth editing the Unsolvable Puzzle constantly until 4 in the morning and skipping school to complete the episode. This is the internet. No one has to know. No one goes on the internet. It's just you and me. This is a private conversation. Also, I don't condone skipping school to edit your fan fiction, just to clear that up. By editing a fan fiction in my free time when I was like 13 years old, I gained so much knowledge that is still applicable to me to this day at age 20. A lot of my time at this internship is spent editing. I started editing videos when I was 11, so as a 20-year-old, that's about a decade of skills that I've built up. And because of that, I pick up new editing softwares really quickly. I have an incredible workflow pace when it comes to editing because I'm used to staying up until 4 in the morning editing the Unsolvable Puzzle for hours on end with no breaks. If I did not spend so much of my youth editing videos, I would have started at ground zero when I started making my own short films and working professionally with this stuff. So I am incredibly grateful that I have a decade worth of experience already at age 20. So, I mean, moral of the story is, if you have some sort of passion that you really like to do as a young person, please pursue it, and don't feel bad about pursuing it. I was sort of shamed for spending so much time editing the Unsolvable Puzzle when I was younger, and it turned out to be an incredibly useful experience professionally to this day, and probably, I mean, for the rest of my life, because that was my foundation. That was my foundational understanding that I am now building up on top of. I also want to quickly say that the community that I gained through the Unsolvable Puzzle was so rewarding and so uplifting at the time. I was going through such a dark phase of my life when I was editing the Unsolvable Puzzle. So the fact that it was relatively successful and getting hundreds of views and built an entire fan base for it. Shout out to the puzzlers who may or may not be watching. Where are you guys now? What are you guys up to? Having that support network telling me, you know, constructive criticism and applauding me for the good things that I was doing and supporting and encouraging me was invaluable at the time. When you're, like 13, 14, all the way to age 18 is when I finished this. It is so important to feel supported and loved and appreciated, and it encouraged me so much to pursue my passion and to pursue filmmaking. The voiceover community was so supportive and so wonderful, and I will support the voiceover community until the end of time because they helped me through such a dark period in my life and really supported me for my passions. That's an incredible thing to have when you're 14. When I was in second grade, I knew that I wanted to be a writer professionally. I was blessed in that fact. But I did not know that I wanted to be a screenwriter and do filmmaking professionally until I made the Unsolvable Puzzle. If it wasn't for the Unsolvable Puzzle, I don't think I would be in filmmaking right now. I don't think this would have been the career path that I went for because I don't think I would have even thought of it, honestly. I'm so glad that I did because this is my dream and I'm living it and I'm enjoying it, and I owe it all to 13-year-old me thinking, hey, I'm just gonna make a voiceover series. That sounds like fun. Follow your passions, kids. Thanks for tuning in. I hope to see you again next week, hopefully. Be sure to subscribe, and if you are a puzzler, please comment on this so I know that you're still watching. It means the world to me when puzzlers comment and I see them still sticking around with me because you guys grew up with me. You're like my childhood friends, so it makes me really happy when I see puzzlers still around because I haven't lost my childhood friends. Bye!
Hello again, Dee Dee. Or shall I call you Delilah?
Randomly bumped into another detective today. Well, not just any detective. Sherlock Holmes, Mr. Science of Deduction himself. He was investigating Torchwood though, and for that, he's just like all the rest. Goodbye, Mr. Holmes.